Hey, doggo. Dogs. Dogly. Should we go to the store? Should we go dollar store? Yes? No? You're just gonna lay there. Okay. Hey, what's happening, guys? As you can see from the earlier clip, I was forced to go to the dollar store by myself. But that's okay, because I picked up some really neat springtime stuff. We've got LED light sync on them little tiny copper wires. We've got a solar lantern. And we've got one of these solar stake lights. Let's start with this one, because this was $1. How insane is that? So you just pull the stake out, push it in another direction, and that's it. You're good to go. These untwist, as you can see, there's nothing in there at all. And this is metal. So here is the heart and brains of the operation. It's this little cube looking thing here, well, little cylinder looking thing here. You can see we've got an on-off switch. And it lights up. So let's open it up. Alright, so to open it up, we're going to use this really cool toolkit that I got from eDurable. You can see it's got all sorts of tips there. And we just need to find the right one. All magnetic. And here's our screwdriver, which is automatic, with buttons. Because if you've watched my last video on an automatic screwdriver, you know that I am far too stupid to use one. So I am required to have buttons. This is USB rechargeable. Didn't stall at all on taking those little screws out. That time there's a little stall, but not bad. Alright, so what do you think we're going to find in here? Well, we already know there's a solar cell. There's going to be some sort of a battery. The size of this, I'm thinking it might just be a 2032 or a 2025 rechargeable, something like that. Maybe a capacitor. And a light switch. Okay, so there is, let me put some more light here. So there you can see inside where the solar panel attaches. Here we have the battery. I'm going to take one more screw out. Shouldn't be any trouble, right? There we go. So we've got an inductor. Then we got this little guy here on the end. What is he? So that little chip there is an XY805. And here comes the printout for the XY805. It is a solar controller. You can see we have our battery here, 1.25 volts. One side goes to ground, the other side feeds the chip, and from this node goes through the inductor to the diode. There's our solar panel for charging. Neat. But you got to figure, no matter how you look at this, there's more than $1's worth of components in here, right? I mean, I don't care how cheap it is. There's got to be more than $1's worth. So, one last question as I assemble this. We didn't see any sort of light sensor in there, did we? And yet, this thing works. So how is it doing it? Well, my educated guess is that the chip is monitoring for voltage coming off the solar cell, which means the sun is shining. And if that's the case, then it's not going to energize. And if there's no voltage coming off of it, then it allows it to energize. So that would be my guess. So that's our first item. Item number 2 is probably going to be super similar. And this was only $2. Yep. Take this apart real quick. Now that time it did not want to get those screws out. I had to give a little wrist action. All right. Okay. So this one is using like a little AAA rechargeable. Oh, I'm gonna have to take the battery out, it looks like. That might be easier. Nope. So this is a NiCad AAA 100 milliamp hour. Boy, that's not much. And yep, it is exactly the same. So the next question you might be asking yourself is, could we hack this and put a different color light in? Yes. So what we've got here is a standard white light. So we'll replace it with a yellow one and give it more of like an old school incandescent kind of look, right? I'm just adding some nice leaded solder here because it will make this so much easier to get these out. Just like that. Alright, so I've got our replacement LED, and I've got some shrink wrap to go on the legs just like they had. Long leg positive. There's a little plus mark there. It's a little too high. Try this. I think that'll work better. Yep, that should work pretty well. Then what we'll do is we'll solder one of them in. Make sure we're in the correct position. Kind of like that. Then we'll solder the other one in. Trim them. Now, this goes back in the hole. Oh, I see, that was bent over like this. Ah, teach me to pay attention. Yeah, something just fell. There we go. Now she's in. Now we can put our battery back in. And now we have a yellow light. So we can put this back together now. And move on to our final thing for today. Tell you what, I like the automatic screwdriver. Oh, you can hear it struggling there. And I just charged this thing yesterday. So now we have a little basket. There, now underneath my desk, you can see we have a nice flickery, flamey yellow light, and then we'll bring it up here, it's off, back to the darkness, and it's on. It's on! Here's the last thing, and this is the most expensive. This was $10. So, batteries, turn on and off, press and hold for 2 seconds. Cycle modes, quick press. Okay. It's got a decent rubber seal around it, but if you look right there, the seal goes right through there, and water's going to run right inside that unless you do something. So, keep that in mind. It's got a nice cam lock for the case. Just gotta figure out how to unravel it. All right, so here it is. And you can see it is responding to my voice. We'll try some music. Copyright free YouTube music, of course. Beautiful. As you can see by here, we have light show. That's the mode we're on now. Then if I press the button again, which I would love to do, but I can't, because the tap switch is actually missing, so kind of got to get in here or something and poke it. They're steady on. Next one is slow pulse. Nope, they're steady on. That's supposed to be slow pulse. I wouldn't call that a slow pulse. And then hold it for a couple seconds and it shuts off. So you could stick something in there that'll allow the button to depress it, or you could just replace the tack switch. I'm not sure what I'll do yet, but I will do something. So there's $13 worth of springtime lighting fun. I mean, if you skip this, you can get, how you get 13 of these for $13 and stick them all over your yard. But, you know, I'm a sucker for this seasonal stuff. What can I say? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll be doing a video review of this e-durable screwdriver set in the future. But hey, for watching today's video, you got a sneak preview. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're a Christian, I wish you a happy Easter this weekend. If not, I wish you a happy spring weekend. That's it. I'm out. Peace.